What's up everyone, Mitesh here with Tech, and today we've got a little Q&A video. So I reached out on Twitter a couple of weeks back to see if anybody had any questions for me, and I didn't get a ton of responses, but I got some really interesting questions that I'm going to answer here. So without further ado, wait, before we actually go on, I want to show off this guy. Check this guy out. Check this out, you guys. This is my merch. Now, nobody was asking for me to create my own t-shirt, but I really wanted one, so I made one. It's my logo with like a glitch effect added to it, and you guys could definitely go check it out if you guys like it. I think it's really cool, but the link is in the description for the Teespring store. But anyways, without further ado, let's get started. Get weekly tech news, product reviews, and how-to videos. Hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next upload. Alright, so the first question we got is from Mr. Christopher Lee, and he asks, what is the hardest obstacle you've had to overcome since starting your YouTube channel? Now, that is a great question, and so for me personally, it's been just getting in front of the camera and talking. So I'm someone who's actually pretty introverted in real life. Just one day to day, I'm a pretty introverted guy. I don't talk unless I have something to say. So getting in front of the camera and sharing my opinion on things is pretty foreign to me. And yeah, so that's been the hardest thing, is just getting in front of the camera, talking, not being super self-conscious about what I'm saying and things like that. For me, that was the hardest thing. At number two, if I can have a second hardest thing, it's just been finding time. So I have a full-time job, I have a wife, and luckily she's been very good about me doing this. But yeah, it's just finding time to do this while having a full-time job. I do it at night, over weekends, and things like that. So those are the hardest obstacles in starting my YouTube channel. And number two, we have from the Scott Sattler. He asked, what is your favorite feature of the Google Home Mini and why? So a couple weeks ago, it would have been something else like, I don't know, playing music or whatever. But right now, it's continued conversation, because seriously, it's like having a conversation with Google Assistant. Like sometimes I have follow-up questions and I don't have to wait to say the hot word again for it to listen to me and talk to it. But yeah, so continued conversations is just a fantastic feature. It really feels like you're having a conversation with Google Assistant. And also, if Google Assistant doesn't quite hear me the first time, it'll go ahead and listen to me the second time. So it's great for that too. Continued conversation, definitely a great feature for Google Home Mini, and probably makes it a little bit better than Alexa to me, in my opinion. Next up, we have one from Dapper Dop. He asks, how much have you invested into your channel? So in terms of like monetary wise, I've been running my channel pretty lean, so I've only bought things that I feel like are necessary. There's a ton of things that I would love to have, but I don't have the money to spend on it just because I make zero money off of this channel. So things that I bought, I have bought the microphone that's on top of the camera that I'm using. The camera I already had, luckily. I have the Canon 70D and I've had that for a while. The microphone is a Takstar SGC 598. It's a very cheap, very affordable, really good microphone, a shotgun microphone. So it's on Amazon. I'll have a link to it in the description. I also bought a couple softbox lights because seriously, lighting in my first couple videos was just straight awful. So I had invested in those. I got them off Craigslist. Somebody was just selling them. They were brand new, so that worked out pretty well. And then I have invested, of course, in like just buying technology and things to review, but I would have probably bought those anyway, so I don't consider that as much of an investment. Time-wise, I've invested quite a bit. I mean, learning all the things you have to make videos. Like, I know people think that YouTube videos don't take a ton of time to make, but it is a process, and you have to learn, especially if you want to make something that's actually worth watching. So that's a great question. Next up, we have one from Joshua Gross at Gross Technologies. He asks, why did you decide to go with Google Home instead of Alexa or Siri, and do you see that changing? So I went with Google Home because I got one free with my Pixel 2. I got the Google Home Mini free with my Pixel 2. Before that, I wasn't really interested at all in smart assistants because I didn't have any smart home devices, so I just didn't see the need to buy them. But after getting the Google Home Mini, I kind of love it. Like, that thing is just awesome. Love being able to just ask it questions and it knows what I'm talking about. So that's mainly why I went with Google Home over Alexa or Siri. Siri I would never go with because it's pretty much just iOS only, so I can only get the HomePod, and I have an iPad here, and that's like the only way I could even activate the HomePod, so definitely not gonna go with that. Alexa, you know what, Alexa's good. Alexa's probably great. I just find that Google Home is still the smartest assistant. I don't know how relevant that is for people. I don't know how many people just ask questions to Google Home Mini, but I kind of do it all the time. So for me, Google Home Assistant, Google Assistant is the best assistant. So, and no, I don't see that necessarily changing anytime soon. I might get a Amazon Alexa device just to see what the difference is, but I don't see myself switching over completely to Alexa. And then finally, last question we have from Benji Poli over at Benobi Tech. He asks, who is your biggest YouTube inspiration? So yeah, there's a ton of them. To name, so the first YouTuber that I ever followed in the tech community was MKBHD, of course, and he's fantastic. He seriously inspires me into just trying to make my footage better because, my God, his footage is just so crispy and he's just so amazing on camera. I would love to get to where he is, but I mean, he's just so up there. But really, my biggest inspiration for starting my own YouTube channel was actually Dave2D. I don't know if you guys know him. I'll have a link to his channel in the description, but he is an awesome guy. He actually just hit 1 million subscribers like a couple of months back. And yeah, he's only been doing it for 2 years, and it's amazing to me that he did that. But he's been doing it with a full-time job, and like he just puts out videos weekly, and he has a style that I think is just fantastic. He's just quiet and like just good, and his aesthetics are just off the charts. Seriously, if you guys have not checked out Dave2D, you guys should definitely go check him out. Alright, there you guys go. Those are all the questions that I got this time around, and all the people that asked them are actually YouTubers themselves, and you guys should definitely go check out their channels. I'll link to all of them in the description, and they're awesome people. You guys should definitely go check them out. But if you guys have any questions for me, I'm thinking about making this like a monthly series where I answer questions, any questions that you guys might have. You guys can use the hashtag AskMitesh and get on Twitter and just use that, and I will see it, and hopefully I will answer it next month. Or if you guys don't have Twitter, you can actually just leave a comment down below and I'll probably see it too. But with that, that's pretty much all I have for you guys in this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys liked it, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe if you guys want to see more videos like this, and definitely go check out the merch. But with that, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!